Sanibonani Dumelang Avusheni Eitaola Bafetu. My name is Bomi, and as you can see, I'm not alone.
Fade the name is Civile, and you know it. It's the touchline
Touchline sessions
sessions,
Bafetu.
Bafetu, and we are in session, Bafetu. And compliments of the new year, Bafetu. Nyake nomusha, it's the other touchline sessions, sazosebenza fantastic, sazova sonke, and continue watching and continue encouraging other people to watch. It means a lot to us, Bafetu. Continue liking and continue sharing our content. It means a lot, Bafetu. Nyake nomusha, you wanna this episode is specially dedicated to the Afcon.
The African Cup of Nations.
So as we all know it, we've Sizukala on Saturday on the 18th of January, Iyaqala Afcon, and wow, I feel excited. I don't think I've ever felt. I've never felt like so excited, especially when it comes to Afcon, because I don't know, man. I can easily blame
Maybe it's not
Euro.
marketed well
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, and I mean, I think in the past we always look at the Afcon, think Ilya competition. But manje, I think I'm growing and ngiyabona ukuthi nah, man, Afcon is the real deal, man. Afcon is the real deal, given the fact ukuthi it's one of the oldest competitions emhlabeni in the world.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man, it's just not marketed well. Uh, Media abantu base-Europe, yeah, bayayazi ukuthi abayenzayo media, but we're not saying anything vele ngabo.
Yeah, man. Plus, also another thing is that it comes mid-season, and
Mm.
obviously most of us football fans and football lovers, there are other things that we are occupied with, yeah, well, when it comes to football. Domestic football is in season.
Ish, 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 ish.
When it comes to club continental cups, they are also in season. So sometimes you'd think Uguti, because you love your club so much and this competition is coming mid-season, it could be a hindrance, it could be a disturbance to the players. Obviously the most recent World Cup, it also came in mid-season, which was a first for a World Cup. But the thing that was unique about it is that all else was on standstill. When it comes to club football, all else was on standstill. So all of our eyes were fixed on the tournament itself, and it's a bit different when it comes to Afcon and, or of course, the Asian Cup as well.
Yeah, I think what they should do with the bayenze Euro and this competition, Euro, Afcon, and the Asian Cup. It's just zonke zidlale ngoJanuary. Like zonke, like have this is like isizini ime kancane and then the chance play. And yeah, angeke umoshe next bro. Not like I know they want Afcon ukuthi ibe in sync ne-Euro, which is ballistic. I'm telling you, we can win. Angeke yenzeke leyo nto because it's esibadala, man. You should listen to your elders. So yeah, Afcon, yeah, it's coming. The defending champions is Senegal. Yeah, defending champion. I think they still have most of the guys that won Afcon.
Yeah, the core of the squad is still intact.
Mm.
So it will be interesting whether or not have they aged out of that, or will that experience come in handy? It's a double-edged sword, this thing of football, because on one hand we are always advocating for young players to come in and come through, and to keep a team as competitive as possible, but also on the same breath as well, siyafuna ukuthi leyo experience ibe khona, ingaveli silahle yonke experience ithi hayi abafana bakhona bazogijima.
Yeah, you need that experience. Awaiting cool because must say too much. You still need the fresh legs. Yeah. Senegal, I think in that regard, they are well balanced.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
experience, and so they have EU Tinyana Lapaya Lapaya. So yeah, I think for them, do you think it's possible for them to defend this? Are they gonna Mopegida and are they gonna defend it?
In my opinion, there are a couple of favorites for this tournament. Senegal themselves being one of them, but I do think Uguti, the hosts as well, the Ivory Coast,
Ivory
they
Coast.
they stand a good chance of winning the tournament. Nigeria, when you look on paper, when you look at the players that they have, the leagues that they play in, it's it'd be foolish for one not to consider in Nigeria to have somewhat of a chance.
Hmm.
There's Morocco that I haven't mentioned as well, who are I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are number one ranked in Africa.
Yeah, they should be after that World Cup they
Yeah.
played.
So there's no ways you can't say the number one ranked nation in Africa is not favorite.
And because the team that has won it, or the nation that has won it the most, Egypt, which were the runners up last time in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
competition. So hmm,
So yeah, hence I'm saying, Guti, this one is a bit difficult to call out right from the start.
that's why Niti Afcon Indians are very excited, man. Because
Mm,
yeah, man, we know it, yeah, we know. It was the first time in history Seneca he win other competition. Yeah, I think yeah, for them, you want to try to defend it. So you definitely want to defend this cup, for Senegal. I think, man, their goalkeeper, man, who Onana Arabuya, right, has conceded the most goals in the EPL, man.
mm.
And I think this guy, Peter, has conceded the most, yeah. And at the same time, he has kept the most clean sheets that go EPL.
Yeah, but Onana is
Show
not
it.
a goalkeeper Cameroon.
Oh,
He's
not
Cameroonian,
oh
yeah.
Cameroonian.
Goalkeeper
Oh,
is Senegal.
Mendy.
Mendy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think you just got that a
yeah.
bit mixed up.
Benjamin Mendy. Angazi ngikhohle kanjani. Now, Mara, for Senegal, I think if enye into bengizoyibuza ukuthi with Umane not playing Europe anymore, do you think we're still gonna have that money, the money that we know, like? Because the last time they won this competition, he was playing like I'd say the most competitive league in the world, which is the EPL. Right now, he isn't. He's playing a Arab. I think
Mm,
there are links that he still wants to go back and play European football.
mm.
Do you think we're still gonna have that high like Loa Mane Loa? I mean, because I don't think that Arab Arab League is as competitive
Yeah,
as EPL.
yeah. Yeah, no disrespect, of course, to
Yeah, no disrespect, man.
yeah, to the Saudi Arabian league, but it's no secret to Guti, they are nowhere near the level of
EPL, eh?
EPL. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in saying that, I think Guti, for one to stay at the top, you have to compete with the guys that are at the top
Mm.
consistently. Obviously, I'm not saying Guti Umane has dropped off, or he'll be bad or something like that. Of course, Mane is a good player. But in order for one to stay at the peak of their powers, you need to test yourself against the best.
Mm.
Yeah, well, and obviously, again, no disrespect to the Saudi Arabian league, but there's no ways we can say that it consists of the best players in the world. Of course, they have several players who are very good players in the league, but overall, yeah, I think enough about that has been said
Mm.
of the quality, yes, Saudi Arabia. So coming to Umane himself, I think that him being a leader in the group, I believe which is the captain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So him being a leader, him having won everything, when it comes to club football in Europe. I think that experience will come in handy, and um, himself, the way he plays, his ability as well. He's a good player, as I've said. But also, we can also think of the players that he'll be competing against in the tournament as well. It's again, I don't want to sound any disrespectful. It's what we are saying here and what we are discussing here. It is said from the utmost respect for all the nations
Definitely,
and all
definitely.
the players that are involved and the individuals that are involved.
Mm,
Having said that, the players that will be representing their nations, our nations in the Afcon, Nakona, are not players who are in the EPL as well.
mm,
Most of them.
mm.
Uh, uh, we have nations who have a couple of players, several players at most, who are at the top leagues in the world. But majority of our players do not play in the top league as well. So I think Uguti, given that fact, I think Mane should be able. We should be able to see a Mane who will carry Senegal.
No,
Yeah.
no. Okay? Do you think like okay, other than Senegal, which of course are the defending champions, we've already talked about the teams that like we look at them and think they're gonna win this with the favorites. So the player to watch in this tournament, who do you think is gonna be a surprise? Who's gonna
You know,
catch?
when I was looking at the different team sheets, I can't help but think that this year Mohamed Salah has to win it for his nation.
No,
I can't help but think that he's in the twilight of his career. He has won it all at club level, but it seems as though when it gets to the national team, it's not giving.
no,
Yeah, well, so I think a similar a similar. I know they play the same way. I know they use the same foot as well. They wear the same jersey, but I think a similar story can be drawn. And comparisons can be drawn between the story of Mohamed Salah and Lionel Messi when it comes to their national
yeah,
teams. So I think Uguti, this tournament, it has to be a tournament Yago Mohamed Salah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this guy though. I think he's been good for his Stuttgart this season.
Mm,
Who
mm,
is
mm,
number
mm.
nine? Eish,
It's a difficult one to
difficult
pronounce.
name, very difficult one. Number nine for plays for Ikin.
Mm.
To physicality, technique, galore, bruh, aerially galore. I think he's and in terms of a striker in this competition. Okay, Osimhen is good. Osimhen is good. Lethal as well. I think he also has those characteristics, which is aerially he's good, exceptional, physically, technique, technique. But that guy, I think, kancane nje, he's above Osimhen.
Osimhen.
He's good.
Mm.
He's good. I'd like to think that guy is going to give us something this season. This season has been exceptional as well. He's chasing after a Hurricane in the
Hurricane, yeah.
Bundesliga, fighting for the Golden Boot.
Mm.
Now, I think he's got 14 or almost 15 goals this season
Yeah, the
so far.
last time I checked, it was 14, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be his season. I like the fact, Toguchi, when he has the ball in between the defenders, or when he receives the ball and no one is running, he's able to create a chance for himself. So he can take on Ama defenders and try to find something for himself. I think that's one attribute that makes him stand up. Most strikers, I feel like, including Anabobo man, they most of the time they rely on
Service.
yeah, on service. And this
Mm.
guy, he can do it all. He can do it all. I think this is gonna be his tournament.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I want it to be a tournament Asala, Asala all the way,
Yeah. We
Mara,
understand your bias. We
yeah,
understand your bias.
Mara umfana strong, strong. That
Mm.
guy, he's strong.
But of course, we are South African, man. At the
Ana
end of the
kanjani
day, we are
mfethu?
South African. We are patriots. We are behind Bafana Bafana
Bafana,
100%.
Bafana.
How do you think we'll do?
Quarterfinals, quarterfinals. It's us after all, Sometimes, sometimes inking yethu squad. This is improving that the games that we are like the games that we seem as if we are the underdogs of those games. And we tend to win those games.
Yeah.
And then the games that we are supposed to win,
Yeah.
we don't win. I don't know what happens, I don't know, because sometimes it's the same players that come in. Like maybe we beat Morocco. Like the last time we played against Morocco, we put Morocco on not. And then the same guys who played against Morocco, maybe we play against Swaziland. We draw against Swaziland. Not. You just don't understand. That's why you need
Mm.
if Sidlula like the group, and then we only get tough teams or tough nations, are we going through all the way? I'm telling you, bitch.
So what we are saying is that because I agree with you as well. I agree with you. It has happened so many times before, whereby Ibafana Bafana, when we are thinking, Uti, we are just watching the game because we are football loving fans. We are not expecting too much from the game, and then they go and
That,
surprise us, and they put in a shift and they perform. But when we're thinking, nah, man, they performed the last game. This is a game that they,
3-0. We're looking at 3-0,
yeah,
4-0.
yeah. Then they surprise us again. So we're living in a surprise, Bafana Bafana.
Bafana Bafana isiphilisa kabuhlungu.
So yeah, if so yeah, the point that I was trying to get at is that um number one, we should as a nation now, we should obviously pray and hope that we get through the group stage.
I mean, I say prayer kancane. I say prayer kancane.
Yeah,
You know what I'm thinking?
yeah,
A squad that won the Rugby World Cup, they
yeah.
should come
The
including the
players.
coach, including the
Okay.
technical team, everyone
Okay, the
should come.
entire, yeah, the entire
Yeah,
team.
the entire team should come. They should pray for those boys. Babeke izandla so one by one.
Basibeke izandla ne. Babeke
They should
izandla.
talk to them. They should motivate them. I think yeah. I call now those guys angazi badingani. Mara igroup yethu ime kanjani la?
Yeah, egroupini yethu sinemali, of course. Imali, iNamibia, abomakhelwane, our neighbors, ne-Tunisia.
I bet we're gonna beat Tunisia. Tunisia 2-1 bazoyithola. Mara lezi ezinye I'm not too sure, man. And we can't talk about Bafana Bafana and not mention Lyle, dog.
Lyle Foster.
Lyle Foster.
Yeah.
He's a huge miss for us. He's a huge miss.
Yeah.
I think we with him as South Africa's Sinai Lyle Foster, which I hope he gets well. He's a great striker. Figile, I think a lot of people doubted that he'd get in the EPL and do what he's doing right now. He's been he's been prolific for Burnley. When he's not there, you can see Burnley struggling, and he is there. We are born with Yahuntana. Yeah, he does put in a shape for you, Burnley. If Besina, if Begacorner, of course, the season should at least.
Yeah.
He's that attacking threat there.
The absence of Lyle Foster is a huge one. It's a huge one. He has, as I said earlier on, is that in order for you to stay at the top of your game, you need to compete against the best, and we know that the EPL is the best league in Mhlabeni. So meaning, by default, Lyle Foster is playing against some of the best defenders week in, week out.
Yeah.
So and not only is he playing against the best week in week out, but he's performing.
He
He's not just adding in number Gupenli. He's one of the key players there. As you've said now, Guti, when he's missing, you can see Gupenli. So I think the same applies with Ibafana Bafana as well. He is and should be one of our key players as well. So yeah, he'll be a huge miss, and hopefully he strength to him, strength
strength to
to
him.
to to life Foster. Yeah,
Yeah. Prayers, candles, yonke into mfethu endleleni
yeah, yeah,
ka-Life
yeah.
Foster,
The best of
Yeah, we're
wishes,
with
man.
him. We're with him. See,
Yeah,
Bafana Bafana. Yeah, I mean, we should at least reach the quarterfinals.
the
We should,
quarters, man.
mfethu. At least, man. Mara, njengoba sishilo, those boys are full of surprises. Thina sangabe sibheke i-quarter, kanti baye ku-final, bayithathe. No, it's Bafana Bafana for you,
Yeah,
you know.
that will be great, eh?
You
That will be
know,
great.
maybe ne-load shedding izophela, ngoba
Yeah,
ngathi,
president maybe angasama nge-holiday nyana.
you know.
But yeah, man, Bafetu, please do share your comments, your thoughts. Where do you think Bafana Bafana will end up in this tournament? Who do you think will be the player of the tournament? Who do you think is the player to watch? And all of that. Yeah,
Danko Bafetu, Danko Niazi, it's the touchline Bafetu. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell abangani, batshele abangani, batshele nabanye to watch this episode and like and subscribe and comment, share the content as well. And before Sival, I mean, we had a guest last time out, Coach Lungi Bafetu. Don't forget to follow Coach Lungi on
yeah, man,
Facebook
yeah,
and on
man. On
Instagram.
Instagram as
If
well.
you are a young player, you want to grow, you want to learn, Coach Lungi is that guy, Bafit. Don't forget to follow him. Don't forget, yeah, to share his
Shout out
content,
to Coach
Bafit.
Loon.
A big shout out to him, Bafit, Coach Lungi. Yeah, this is us, Bafit. The Afcon, sithandazela umzansi. Sithandazela umzansi, Bafit. Mithandazo yethu imena umzansi. And Lyle Foster.
Bafetu, that was the touchline sessions. Over and out.
Danko, what?
Dank.